Hey everybody, how's it going? It's William with Copper Jacket TV, and today I just want to answer a very simple question. Do pistol compensators actually work? I dug up a couple that I have right here, put them on a couple of random pistols, and we're going to go ahead and test them out. Now obviously I've used compensators already in the past, and to me it's negligible. It doesn't feel like they really do all that much. Yeah, they add a little bit of weight to the end of the pistol, which is always kind of helpful, but at the same time they're supposed to be redirecting gases up through the top of the compensator itself, which in turn forces the front of the pistol down. So you're supposed to experience a little less muzzle rise. But how much gas is actually coming out of these things? Is it enough gas to actually give a little bit of a push to that front barrel? Well, what I have here is a box with a paper target taped to the top of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our pistol compensator, we're gonna put it underneath this piece of paper just like this right here, and we're gonna see if it's enough gas to even break through the paper. If it is, we'll continue to add more paper and layer by layer see how strong that gas actually is. It's pretty mediocre in terms of a scientific experiment, but at least it'll give us an idea of whether or not there's actually gas pressure coming out of the top of these. So let's get to it. This channel is proud to be sponsored by the USCCA. I myself have been a member for the past 5 years now, and USCCA is an extremely valuable membership to keep in your wallet that provides you with self-defense liability insurance, a concealed carry reciprocity map, online education and training, and so much more. They even offer spousal benefits as well. So definitely check it out. USCCA will be linked down below. Okay, so I have two different compensators here. This is the small version, and this is attached to a Shadow Systems MR920. So we're going to go ahead and just take one shot and see what happens. I have gloves on for obvious reasons, so let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, so yeah, I would say a pretty decent amount of pressure, even out of the small one. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and step it up just a little bit. We have a total of 3 sheets of paper on top here now. This is a target paper, so it's a little bit thicker stock, using the same compensator, same pistol, same 115 grain cheap ball ammo. So with 3 sheets of paper, let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll hold it about an inch away. Okay, that was interesting. So as you can see, it pulled the tape off of the box and the paper came off, but it wasn't enough pressure for 3 sheets of paper. Let's try that one more time. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this again. I'm gonna hold it about an inch away from the paper. We'll take a shot and see what happens. All right, so that seemed to shred it. I think I might have held it just a little bit closer that time, but still it was enough to shred those 3 layers of paper. Okay, so I gotta be honest, at this point I'm kind of impressed. I didn't think that there would be enough pressure to go through 3 sheets of paper. It's just these small ports that you see on top here that kind of redirect that gas upward before it gets to the end of the barrel. So what we have now is something that I'm just not sure if it's gonna work with, but this is cardstock. So we have basically, for easy to see targets, they put a cardstock on the back to help hold your targets straight and keep them from bending. So we have cardstock plus 4 sheets of paper. If it goes through that, I'll be really impressed, and that'll pretty much answer my question, do pistol compensators actually work? But again, this is just a small one. We have one that's actually a little bit larger, and then I also have something else on the table that we're going to try here in just a bit. But I mean, let's see if it goes through. I will eat my words in a minute here if this actually works. I'll hold it a little in. Okay, so didn't work that time. It burned it pretty good underneath there, so I could see where the gas actually hit, but didn't go through. Let's try one more time. Now, won't go through that cardstock and the paper. So there's enough pressure to go through 3 sheets of paper, maybe 4, but the second you add anything else, it's just not enough. So you can see where the burn mark is right here by the number 5. That's pretty much all we have, is some scorch marks. So yeah, there's pressure, just not enough pressure to go through that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and try the larger compensator. This is pretty much sitting on the same length barrel, so we're not really gaining an advantage there in terms of, how long it has to dwell in the barrel before it leaves. So let's go ahead and try that, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we'll at least see here. It definitely seemed like it popped it up a little bit more, but again, just a scorch mark, same spot, not enough to actually tear it. Now, before we try this out, if there's anybody wondering what is all over the table here, because it does kind of look pretty bad now that I'm looking at it, that's actually just the remnants of a watermelon that I exploded on this table about a month ago testing out a 410 shotgun. So that is all watermelon. All right, so now we have the Palmetto State Armory AR9V, and let's see what happens. I'll just keep my hand out of the box completely because this one's a little bit different here. So let's give it a shot. Hold it up high towards the paper. Yeah. I'll hold it shit, let's hold it on the paper. Okay, I held it on the paper and still nothing. Now, I'm sure out of pure curiosity, people are just wondering what would it do if you shot it with a compensated rifle. Well, this is my Blackout Defense Quantum Mark II. This is chambered in 5.56, and we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. So this is a compensated rifle. We're gonna turn it sideways because that's where the compensator is, and see what happens to the paper here. Pretty big difference. I actually jumped a little bit. Okay, so I kind of screwed this experiment up, but that's okay, we can fix it. I forgot to test it without a compensator first, so that would be our control. What happens to the paper when you shoot it without a compensator, and then we were supposed to move on to the compensator, but it's okay. We saw the results with the compensator. Now we're gonna try it out with nothing, just a plain barrel. We know that there's a lot of pressure coming out, so what does it do to the paper? Well, let's find out right here. Well, that was weird. Oh, it shot the box, but it didn't break the paper regardless. Put a hole in the back of the box. Probably a good thing I did that last. As a matter of fact, since I blew a hole in the top of the box there. But that shows you, since there's a hole at the very top of the box, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. The hole in the top of the box means that I had the trajectory of this thing going perfectly straight underneath that paper, and it didn't break the paper. It popped it up a little bit, but it didn't break the paper. So the compensator works. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the results real quick. So again, the question was, do pistol compensators actually work? And after that test, I had to have to say, yes, they do work. Do they work great? No. Do they work good? Yes. They do redirect some gas upwards, and you have to remember that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever force is being pushed upwards is going to be pushing down on that barrel, and people will do just about everything in order to keep the pistol shooting as flat as possible and to be able to recover and stay on target as quick as they can, reduce recoil and stuff like that. They'll change out guide rods to heavier guide rods, and they'll add weight to the end of the gun. This definitely adds some weight to the end of the gun, not a ton, but it does add some material that hangs over past the end of the barrel, and it does redirect some of that gas up. So it does what you're looking for it to do. Now, obviously, there's a ton of different compensators out there from different companies, and I don't have a bunch of them because I don't typically use them myself. I think that with a good solid grip and learning how to shoot, you can reduce recoil all you want. Once you get into competition and stuff like that where they allow you to use compensators, then that's maybe where I would start using them, right? It's going to add an advantage, a competitive advantage for me, so I would do it. But I typically don't use a compensator. But still, at least now I know, there's enough gas to break through 3 sheets of pretty heavy target paper, and that's going to be pushing down on the barrel while you're shooting. That gas actually is redirected. It's just a few ports on top, but the gas is going up and it's going out, and you have that extra weight, so it's going to help you out a little bit while you're shooting. And I think that just knowing that in the back of my mind is good information. Hopefully you guys found it interesting too. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments section, because I'm trying to come up with some new stuff and maybe learn a few things. I learn while you guys learn as well. But again, let me know in the comments section. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you guys wouldn't mind. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out greatly. You guys have a great day.